Why does your cat completely ignore you, walk past 3 other people in the room, and then go curl up on that one specific person like they just won the lottery? And why is that person sometimes not even you? Yeah, that one stings a little. But here's the thing, your cat is not being random. They're not being dramatic. Well, okay, they're always a little dramatic. But this is actually science. Your cat has a whole internal ranking system running in the background, like some kind of furry little algorithm. And today we're going to crack it open. Because once you understand why cats pick their favorite human, you'll either feel way better about yourself, or you'll finally know exactly what you need to change. Either way, you win. Let's get into it. So, first, let's just acknowledge the situation. You bought the cat, you feed the cat, you cleaned up things I won't even mention, and your cat's favorite person is your roommate who has literally pet them twice. Classic. But here's what's actually happening inside that tiny judgmental brain. Cats are not wired like dogs. Dogs evolved to follow the pack leader, to bond with whoever takes charge, whoever's loud and energetic, and gives commands. Cats evolved as mostly solitary hunters. They didn't need a pack. They needed a safe environment and resources. And that changes everything about how they form attachments. When a cat is choosing their favorite human, they're not asking who loves me the most. They're asking something closer to who makes me feel the most comfortable and the least threatened. It's basically a vibe check. A very serious, ongoing, never-ending vibe check. And a huge part of that vibe check happens in kittenhood. There's a developmental window in cats roughly between 2 and 7 weeks of age called the socialization period. During this time, kittens' brains are like wet cement. Whatever they experience in this window gets locked in. Sounds, smells, textures, types of people. If a kitten has positive, gentle interactions with humans during this window, they grow into a cat that's generally comfortable around people. If that window closes without much human contact, you might end up with a cat that treats your guests like they're a walking threat. Now here's where individual humans come in. Let's say your cat had a normal socialization period. They're generally okay with people, but they still need to pick a favorite. How does that work? 2 big factors: communication style and schedule consistency. Start with communication. Cats, as we've talked about before on this channel, communicate through slow blinks, body posture, subtle tail movements, and a whole lot of what they don't do. A calm, quiet human who gives the cat space, gets down to their level, avoids direct staring, and waits for the cat to approach. To a cat, that person basically speaks fluent feline. They feel understood. They feel safe. Now, take someone who walks in, sees the cat, goes, "Oh-H-H-A, cat," at full volume, and immediately lunges to pet them. To us, that's enthusiasm and love. To the cat, that is a large, unpredictable creature making a high-pitched noise and moving directly toward them at speed. That is a threat assessment moment. And once you trip that threat wire, it takes a long time to walk it back. This is actually backed by research from Oregon State University, where scientists studied cat behavior and found that cats strongly prefer to interact on their own terms. They approach more, stay longer, and show more relaxed body language when the human lets them initiate contact rather than forcing it. Which means the secret to becoming your cat's favorite person might literally just be playing hard to get. I know. Wild. Okay, now let's talk about the second factor: schedule consistency. Cats are creatures of routine in a way that goes way deeper than just meal times. Their nervous systems are wired for predictability. When their environment is consistent and predictable, their baseline stress levels stay low, and a human who is part of a consistent daily routine becomes mentally associated with that feeling of safety and calm. Think about it this way: there's someone in your house who feeds them at the same time every morning, who sits in the same chair every evening, whose smell and sounds and movements become as familiar as the walls of the room. That person becomes part of the cat's mental map of safe world. And the cat gravitates toward them not just out of habit, but because their brain has literally linked that person to the neurological state of feeling. Okay, the opposite is also true. If someone in the house has an unpredictable schedule, comes home at different times, has varying energy levels, sometimes wants to cuddle and sometimes doesn't, the cat's brain can never fully relax around that person. Even if that person adores the cat, even if that person is you. And here's the part that gets really interesting. Cats can update their rankings. This isn't a one-time vote that's locked in forever. The favorite human algorithm keeps running. If someone who used to be ranked lower starts consistently showing up calm, giving space, keeping a routine, and communicating in ways the cat understands, they can absolutely move up the leaderboard. So if you're currently sitting in second place on your own cat's list, here's your actual action plan. Stop chasing them. Seriously, just stop. Sit near them without reaching for them. Let them come to you. Slow blink when they look at you. Get on a consistent routine, and give it a few weeks. You might be surprised how fast that algorithm updates in your favor. Because the truth is, your cat isn't playing favorites out of spite. They're just doing what every brain on the planet does. They're attaching to safety, to predictability, to calm. They're attaching to whoever makes the world feel like a manageable place. And honestly, when you think about it that way, it's kind of the sweetest thing they do. If this video finally explained your cat's confusing loyalty choices, smash that like button and subscribe, because we break down real cat brain science every single week. Drop a comment below telling me who your cat's actual favorite person is, and whether or not it's you. No judgment. Mostly judgment. See you in the next one.